Hi guys, good morning. I am Pavitra Bakali, belonging to Opposite Memorial School and College. I am going to discuss about completing sentence, the remaining parts. In my last class, I was talking about 10 items of the completing sentence, and today I'm going to go to discuss about the remaining part of the item completing sentence. So, guys. The first one, provided that, providing that. The meaning of this, phrase or particular word is if. Actually, in order to make complete sense, sometimes the American people, they use provided that or providing that instead of if. In that very case, you have to have two clauses. One is independent, one is dependent. The remaining part, the second part of the sentence is dependent. That means it is, dependent clause or subordinate clause, and the first part is independent clause, right? So let me give an example. So first of all, I'm going to write a complete sentence. We will start our journey tomorrow provided that the weather is good. That means the first independent clause is, future tense or something like that. We will start our journey complete. Then, providing that, or provided. Then you will have a gap. And in that very gap, you have to write another clause, keeping consistency with the first clause or independent clause. That means you have to write another subject, then verb, then adjective or extension or something like that, right? So let me make it clear to you. We will start our journey tomorrow. It's confirmed, definitely, if the weather is good. Have you got my point? Provided that means if, or provided. It means it, or providing that, it means if the weather is good. Next one, in spite of, despite. In spite of phrase, despite single word, both the two words are used for the same purpose. That means, it means actually shotteo in Bangla, but in order to write something in English, by using in spite of or despite, you have to make some opposite sense. You know what I mean? That means, let me write it down. In spite of working hard, he could not shine in life. That means he was supposed to shine as he worked hard, but he could not shine. See the first sentence, in spite of working hard. Then you will have a gap, and in that very gap you have to write another clause keeping relevance with the first one. He could not shine in life, something opposite. He was supposed to shine. but he could not. Maybe something is wrong, something was faulty, and there were some, drawbacks. That's why he could not shine in life. So that is the way you have to complete the sentence. Instead of, in lieu of. It means something poriborte or in exchange of. That means subject. You have to write a pure subject. Pure subject. Suppose instead of history, he took civics. Instead of history, he took civics. It makes sense. That means he was supposed to take history, but he did not. He took civics. The thing is, the sentence, you can write the first one first. He took civics. Then instead of, then you might have a gap. He took he took civics instead of history. You have to write only one word in this very gap. Everything will be given in the question paper. He took civics instead of, then gap. Instead of, after instead of, you have to write any subject. History, political science, geography, economics, whatever you like. Right? Okay. Number 4 is in order that. Let me just make it clear to you. In order that. Number 4. In order that. Actually, in order that, it means the same meaning of so that. After so that, we used may, might, can or could. In the same way, after in order that, you gotta use either can or may or might or could according to the tense of the first sentence. Actually, in order that means jeno or jate kore. Jate kore. So, after in order that, you have to make another subject plus be, verb plus object. This is the structure. After in order that. So, maybe it is given Bella went to hair shop, then gap. What you are supposed to do in this very case? In this very case, you have to write another clause keeping consistency with Bella went to hair shop. That means in order that she could sell her hair. See, she could sell her hair. Another clause, but it has a consistency with the first clause. Bella went to hair shop in order that jate kore she could sell her hair. Is it clear to you? Pretty simple sentence. Number 5. Because of, on account of, because of, on account of, owing to. Same meaning, different phrases because of, on account of, due to, owing to. Meaning is all the same. Usually after this kind of phrases you have to put only one noun, but relevant, very very relevant noun. That's it. That is your job in the question paper. Something like this: the man could not attend the function because of his illness. This is very important. It is given on the question paper. The man could not attend the function because of. Then you will have a gap. And in that very gap, you have to write only one word that will be a noun. His illness. Illness is a noun. So in this way, you can fill in the, you can make it, complete. Right? Okay. Number 6. And let me write it down first. If you have any problem, if you feel like missing any point in my lecture, please let me know. I'll make it clear in my next class. Number 6. Number 6, as if or as though. As if or as though express the same meaning. Usually in the Bangla, you can say jeno, but after as if or as though, you have to bring another subject, then be to or where plus object. Complete clause. But make sure either you have to use past indefinite tense and then where, or where and then object. That is the way. Suppose the man behaves as if he were a king. See, where, subject where and then object. After as if, you will have a gap. So usually as if or as though express the same meaning, and after as if or as though you have to bring another subject according to the first one, then either be to or where and then object. That means the man behaves as if he were a king. That means the man pretends to be a king. Number 7. Had plus subject. Plus gift. Then would have plus gift plus attention. If the structure goes like this, had plus subject plus be3, in that case in that very gap you have to write another subject, then would have, then B3, then extension. This is the structure. But the meaning of this, sentence is something probable or something awaiting for you, or some expectation you had. That kind of expectation you could not fulfill or you cannot fulfill. In this kind of sentence, you have to use subject plus would have plus B3. Let me give an example. Had I been a rich man, I would have given away relief to the poor. That means, had I been a rich man, then you have a gap, and in that very gap, you have to bring subject, then would have, then B3, then extension. It means that actually I am not a rich man, and I cannot give anything to the poor people. But if I were a rich man, then definitely I would give away relief to the poor during this time, critical time, right? So the structure is had plus subject plus B3. Then you will have a gap, and in that very gap, you have to bring another relevant subject. Then mandatory would have plus B3, then extension. Is that clear to you? You have to bring. Okay. 7, 8. Number 8. Almost. I'm close to close this session today, guys. And 3 more. In case. In case, it actually denotes the same meaning of if. Definitely you will have 2 clauses, one dependent, one independent. Usually the first one is independent clause and the second one is dependent clause or subordinate clause, whatever you may call it, right? So in that very case, you have to write 2 clauses keeping consistency with one another, right? Suppose take a proxy class for me, or okay, take a proxy class. Then in case, then you will have a gap. Take a proxy class in case. That means I am requesting my colleague to take a proxy class in case I fail to come. That means if I cannot come on time, please my friend, take a proxy class. So in case means if. Same meaning, but 2 independent clause. Sorry, 1 independent clause, first one, and the second one is dependent clause. In case I fail to come. Then 9, would that wish. Would that or wish. Wish. Wish means, I hope for something, or something may happen to me in future. I'm expecting something in that very case, we usually use wish or would that. Especially the American people use, wish, would that, and the British people use wish. And in this very case, what you are supposed to do? Something like this. I wish. Then you will have a gap, and in that very gap, you have to write another sentence. I wish I were a millionaire. See, I wish, subject is I, another sentence, subject is I. You know why? Because I wish, that means I wish for myself if I were a millionaire. That means I am not millionaire right now. But my expectation, my hope, or my dream, something like this, if I were a millionaire, or I wish I were a millionaire, then I could do something, I would do something, definitely, for the welfare of the society, or the country, or for the welfare of the humanity. But I am not a millionaire, but I wish, I feel like to be a millionaire, something like this, okay. Then the last one, number 10. Would you mind? It is pretty simple. Would you mind? Then B1 plus ing plus extension, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. Would you mind? Okay, give me an example. So I'm going to give you an example. Would you mind closing the door? Closing the door. That means, would you mind plus B1 plus ing, then extension. You can write another sentence. Would you mind having a cup of coffee Would you mind having a cup of coffee? See, having B1 plus ing, closing B1 plus ing, then extension. So guys, regarding completing sentence, today is my last class. I think everything is clear to you, but I would like to request you, if you do have any problem, if you do feel like any problem in my lecture, please make comment and just question me. I will definitely, make it clear to you, or make anything else. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you all. See you in my next class.